Hi guys, welcome to the Continuing Golf Fitness. We got Scott and Troy here. Just want to give you a little look of what personal instruction is going to look like for a little while. So for golf lessons, I'm assuming for fitness that you're going to see the instructor is going to be masked up. We'll leave that option up to you whether or not you want to mask up yourself. So it's not that we're worried about getting each other sick, but with social distancing, when we do get inside of 6 feet from someone, CDC does recommend that we wear a mask.
Safety first.
Safety first. But today's topic is this little blue contraption right here. It's a pressure plate, and it measures how your feet and your weight pressure works with the ground. So Troy uses this in a lot of his stuff now, and it really gives us an indication as we talk about sequencing and we talk about transition, we talk about delivery, and we talk about setup and all that stuff. This really shows where our weight is, where our pressure is, and it can really change how you swing the golf club and how you go through life lifting stuff and working out. So we'll turn it over to Troy. I'll talk a little bit about the body track.
Thanks, Scott. So again, as you mentioned, this is a body track pressure map. So this information is going to give me two different variables. It's going to give me the center of pressure of your feet and the center of mass of your body. Okay, and it's all on my tablet here, so we can capture all that and show you some small short videos of that. I can use this for as Scott mentioned, I can use it for multiple things. One of the primary things I use it for is I like to use it for squats. Okay, so I like to have somebody choose a depth in which they're comfortable doing, and then I can get feedback of what their body's doing. I can see one thing, but what does the athlete, the golfer, what do they think is happening in their own body? And that's really important information to me, because that could be something they're working on in their golf swing. They don't realize that when they squat, they're leaning this way when they squat. That's already putting them in a really bad position, especially all the things we've already talked about with posture, turn, all those things we've already discussed in here. So I'm going to have Scott step in here.
What are we going to start with?
We're just going to start with a simple squat. So I've got him in here. I hit my stabilize button. Stand still, please. There we go. That's beautiful. So what I'd like you to do now is just give me 3 squats. Beautiful. So as I wait for that to store and come through, I'll let everyone take a peek at what it looked like and what exactly we're looking at in this data.
A little closer, Troy. Up a little more. Okay.
So what I'm looking at, again, if I take that through and I
a
go
little closer, Troy, and up a little more.
Okay,
up
sorry.
a little more. Yeah, right there. That'll be a sweet spot.
When he's at the bottom of his squat, I'm looking at these numbers on the side. That's his front to back pressure. And then I'm looking at the numbers down here. That's his left to right pressure. And I just wanted those to be as centered as possible. How do those numbers look to you, Scott?
56-43 is a little right bias for sure.
And that could just be a simple dominancy thing. But again, if that's something you're working on in your swing, this is giving us one more bit of information through technology that we can be aware of and kind of train around, kind of teach around, and work with that. So now I'm going to have Scott, I'll get out of this page for me and I'll capture a full swing for Scott.
Let me know when you're ready, Troy.
Good to go.
I'm just going to hold the camera right up to it, Troy.
Okay.
So you can see how that changes color. That's showing pressure and where everything's happening.
So where is Scott at setup? We want to look at these numbers. Front to backs, left to rights. Same thing we may have seen in the squat as he begins to get engaged here. Great around the right foot, just like we saw in your normal squat.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at...
Maybe one leg shorter than the other.
That could be the case. So there's 2 things I'm looking at. We're looking at the center of pressure, how everything lights up in the feet. And then I'm looking at the center of mass, and that's demonstrated by this white ball that keeps going back and forth, showing that there. So we call that white ball a trace. Sometimes when people have the trace here, the trace may shoot forward, shoot back. Scott was pretty straight across, or linear trace. That's a sign of a pretty good ball striker, right? You're not going too much on your toes. Footwork's efficient with that. The second part to this is I go back to the top of the swing. Where's the pressure in the heel? See, we still have a little bit of pressure in the toe, not as much in the heel. So again, that's something that Scott's working on, right?
That's more of the heel. We're looking at it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he's into the heel. I apologize.
Thank you. Let's get that clear.
All right, sorry. And then it goes to the right heel. I'm sorry, left heel on impact, right?
And a little pressure on the toe.
And then through. So again, now that I got my bearing straight, that was a pretty good swing. But this feedback is going to let each individual go through what they're working on in their swing, and it really helps you not only get data on this, but in your own mind, what are we trying to accomplish with this? So let's say you didn't have such a great swing. Let me demonstrate one thing that we could do. And again, if I could, I'll swing back around here like I'm going to hit. If I set this down, one of the drills I may do is I may give you lightweight, and I may have you just go through your swing. So we could hold a dumbbell, hold a medicine ball, have a rubber band. I'm going to cue you to push more, and I'll be watching how it lights up on there to get even more pressure if you didn't have it as efficient as Scott was. And then just to simply release it like that. And what's going to happen is that now what I've just done is I've just helped you work on what Scott and I call the early extension, or the butt tuck. That's just one example of how we use this daily to help people conceptualize what's going on, work what's going on, and then make a change of what's happening.
That's a, really, really good stuff. Is, when we're looking at feedback and we're trying to get you to stop that early extension, right? That's, where's my weight going? It's going to my toes. What's generally going on there? Our sequencing has changed, or we started from the top, right? We're going to see that with all this data measurement as that tracing of that little white dot that Troy said. When we see someone start from the top and they start to go forward this way, they're going to have to counter that early extension. Now I'm not taking divots. Now my balls are running over the back of the green because I'm not able to put a downward force on it. So this little blue welcome mat here is going to welcome you to a new golf game. So if you have any further questions on this, just stop Troy or I. Once we get this thing lifted and we're able to get back at it, we're excited to see everyone here at the club.
Thank you.